Chosen one, pause everything and listen. Heaven has moved. The shift that generations prayed for, the opening that prophets saw in visions, is now manifesting in your life. You feel it in your spirit. Don't you? That trembling in your chest is not fear, it's divine confirmation. God has opened the way before you. What was locked is unlocking. What was delayed is accelerating. What was hidden is being revealed. You have been waiting, longing, holding on to promises through silent nights. But the wait was not in vain. This is the moment when heaven's timeline intersects with yours. You were never forgotten. Every whispered prayer, every tear you hid from the world, every time you chose faith when it made no sense, all of it reached the throne. The sound of your endurance became incense before God. And now, the response has been released. Heaven has issued a command concerning you. Angels have been dispatched. The chains that held you are crumbling in the unseen realm, even as you read these words. This is not coincidence. This is divine alignment. The obstacles that stood before you were never stronger than the hand that now moves them. You are stepping into an atmosphere charged with the supernatural. The shift is not coming, it's here. The atmosphere around you is vibrating with the word now. The Lord says, the waiting is over. The prayers you thought were unanswered were actually being refined for this exact hour. You are about to see what eyes have not seen and hear what ears have not heard. Chosen one. Can you sense the wind changing? It is the breath of God sweeping through your life. He has remembered you. He has opened the scroll with your name written on it. Where there was once delay, there will now be deliverance. Where there was once confusion, there will now be clarity. The door that no one could unlock is swinging open by divine decree. You don't need to force it. You only need to walk through it with faith. Lift your eyes from the dust of disappointment. The ground you've been walking through in tears is about to bloom with testimony. Heaven has whispered, enough. Enough cycles of waiting. Enough closed doors. Enough self-doubt. This is the season when heaven steps into your story, not to rewrite it, but to fulfill what was written about you before you were born. It is written in the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, I have set before you an open door none can shut. That verse is not just ink on paper, it's your prophecy. The open door is not symbolic. It is spiritual reality. It means access where there was restriction. It means favor where there was rejection. It means you are about to walk into rooms your name has already been spoken in. The same God who opened the Red Sea, who rolled away the stone, who tore the veil in the temple, is the same God who just unlocked what was closed in your life. Every limitation that told you not yet is being silenced by the voice that says, now. Every spirit that tried to convince you you'd been forgotten is being rebuked by heaven's decree. You are chosen, not overlooked. You are rising, not fading. What's happening now will not just bless you, it will confirm that God's covenant over you is alive. You thought the warfare was a sign that God was absent, but it was proof that heaven was near. The greater the resistance, the greater the release. Every attack was actually an announcement of arrival. The pressure you felt lately wasn't punishment, it was birth. The pain was contraction, the miracle is delivery. God's chosen one. It's time to shake off fear. You will not miss this move. The door will not close before you reach it. The anointing on your life has preserved you for this exact moment. Step forward with holy confidence. Heaven has gone before you. You will not walk into confusion. You will walk into confirmation. You will not stumble into failure. You will stand in fulfillment. Look around. The signs are everywhere. Conversations aligning, obstacles fading, unexpected opportunities forming. Don't dismiss them. This is not random. God is weaving his fingerprints through your timeline. Every detail is divine. Right now, I want you to declare with boldness, I receive the open door. Speak it out loud. Heaven responds to sound. Your voice activates the promise. You've been silent long enough. Let your faith speak. And as you feel this word stirring in your spirit, act upon it. Like, share, and comment below to seal this prophetic moment in faith. Let the world know that you are not waiting for favor, you are walking into it. This is your confirmation that the way has been opened. Heaven has declared it. Earth must align with it. If you know this word is yours, comment the number 777 below, symbolizing divine completion and heavenly alignment. This is your prophetic act. Your way of saying, I step through the door God has opened. The time has come. The heavens have moved. The way is open. Walk forward. Chosen one, your miracle has arrived. You've waited long. Chosen one, longer than most would have endured. You've stood in the shadows while others were celebrated. You've prayed through seasons where silence was your only answer. But the truth that heaven reveals to you now is this: the wait was never wasted. Every moment you felt overlooked, every delay that broke your heart, every unanswered prayer that made you question your faith, it all had divine purpose. God was never punishing you through the waiting. He was preparing you. The stillness you mistook for stagnation was actually the soil where strength was growing unseen. You were learning how to trust when sight failed you, how to cling to faith when feelings betrayed you. Waiting refined you. Waiting purified your motives. Waiting taught you to desire the giver more than the gift. You thought the silence meant heaven had forgotten you, but silence was the classroom of your spirit. In it, you discovered a strength that does not come from applause. You learned how to walk when there was no spotlight, how to obey when there was no visible reward. You built endurance in secret, and endurance is the language of those chosen for destiny. Beloved, you did not lose time. You were being aligned with heaven's calendar. Divine timing is never rushed. God is not in a hurry because he knows what he has placed inside you. He was stretching your capacity to hold the promise he's now releasing. A small heart cannot contain a great destiny. That's why you were stretched through pain, delay, and surrender. You see, the miracle you are about to receive needed a mature version of you. If God had released it earlier, you might have mishandled it. But through waiting, you learned the rhythm of heaven. You discovered that God's not yet is not no. His delay is protection disguised as postponement. What he is building in you requires both patience and perseverance. Think of the seed hidden underground. It looks forgotten, unseen, buried in darkness. But that seed is not dead, it is developing. Its roots are digging deep so that when the time comes to rise, it can stand strong against every storm. That has been you. Heaven buried you, not to end you, but to anchor you. Your roots of faith have gone deep into the soil of trust. And now your time to bloom has come. When others advanced ahead of you, it was not because you were behind. It was because you were assigned a different timeline. You cannot compare divine timing with human schedules. God has been writing your story in a different ink, one that takes time to appear but never fades. Chosen one, you have carried pain that few understood. But what they could not see was that heaven was watching every tear, recording every sigh. God never wastes anything. Not your heartbreak, not your confusion, not your endurance. Every delay has been turned into divine currency, purchasing the strength and wisdom you now walk in. And now, as the clouds of waiting begin to part, you will see what all of this was for. You will realize that what you thought was loss was preparation for increase, that what you thought was delay was God aligning the right people, the right doors, the right timing. Heaven's order is always perfect. The plans of man may rush, but divine purpose never misfires. What's arriving for you now will not come too early or too late. It will come exactly on time. And when it does, you will see that nothing was wasted. The Spirit reminds you through the ancient wisdom recorded in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1. For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven. Let that settle in your heart. Everything you went through had its appointed time. The heartbreak had a purpose. The waiting had a reason. The tears had a harvest. You are stepping into the fulfillment of divine timing. You may not understand all of it yet, but soon, understanding will come wrapped in joy. Soon, the answers will arrive wearing the robes of peace. You will look back and whisper, "Now I see why I had to wait." Heaven's wisdom is patient. God was not only preparing the promise for you, He was preparing you for the promise. You will carry this truth as your shield. Nothing was lost, nothing wasted, nothing forgotten. Every moment of stillness was sacred, every delay divine. And when your miracle finally unfolds before your eyes, you will not rush to grab it. You will receive it with the quiet confidence of one who knows God was there all along. The wait was never wasted. Chosen one, it was woven into the architecture of your destiny. You are emerging not as who you were, but as who you were always meant to become. You remember the moment when everything seemed to fall apart, don't you? The job you thought was secure suddenly vanished. The relationship you thought would last forever fractured without warning. The plan you had carefully built collapsed in your hands. It felt like chaos. It felt like abandonment. You asked, "God, why now? Why me?" But heaven whispers to you today, what you called a breakdown was actually a divine interruption. The road you were walking was too small for your destiny. So God had to break it open. He rerouted you through pain, not to punish you, but to protect you. What you lost was never meant to last. What was removed was making space for something greater. You see, divine interruptions never come with warnings. They often arrive dressed in disappointment. You only recognize them for what they are when you look back and see how everything, every detour, every delay was guiding you to the exact place you were meant to be. God never ruins your plans to hurt you. He disrupts your plans when your plans would have ruined you. That's why what looked like rejection was actually redirection. The closed door that made you cry was a shield against disaster. Heaven had to block what you thought you wanted, so you could receive what you truly needed. When storms hit, the natural instinct is to question God's timing. But He does not operate on our emotional clocks. He sees the end from the beginning. He knew that if you stayed where you were, your spirit would have settled. And chosen ones are never meant to settle. You were made to soar, So he shook your foundation to set you free. Think about it, how many times has something fallen apart? Only for you to later realize it was for your good. Every divine interruption carries within it the seed of a new beginning. You lost something, but you also gained clarity. You walked away from comfort, but you stepped into calling. You faced endings, but they introduced you to destiny. The ancient words recorded in the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 28, speak directly to this truth, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him. Let that settle deeply into your spirit. All things, not just the victories, not just the celebrations, but the failures, the heartbreaks, the detours. Every single thing is being worked together for your good. The moment you surrendered what was breaking, heaven began rebuilding in a higher dimension. This is the mystery of divine orchestration. You think you're being delayed, but you're actually being aligned. You think you've lost control, but God's hand is guiding you into something better than you imagined. Every no from man made room for God's yes. Every door that shut was making way for the one that opens into your purpose. Chosen one, you are not behind. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Your story is unfolding according to a script written by the Creator Himself. He doesn't make mistakes with His chosen. He interrupts. He redirects. He rebuilds, but He never abandons. So take a deep breath and release the need to understand everything. You don't need all the answers right now. What you need is trust. Trust that this detour is divine. Trust that the shaking is setting you free. Trust that the path you didn't plan is the one leading to your promise. God often hides His greatest gifts in moments that feel like loss. The wrapping may be painful, but the contents are holy. The job you lost made room for your true calling. The friendship that ended protected your peace. The delay that frustrated you prevented disaster. Heaven's logic is not human logic. It is perfect. And when you look back, you will smile through tears and say, "Now I see it." You'll realize that every divine interruption was actually a divine investment, God sowing purpose into the soil of your pain. You were not disqualified when life changed unexpectedly. You were being qualified through it. The fire you walked through burned away the unnecessary and revealed the pure gold of your faith. What you thought would destroy you has only refined you. This is not coincidence. This is divine orchestration. Every event, every loss, every change was heaven rearranging your life so that the miracle could find you. The interruption was mercy in disguise. Now, take this word into your heart and hold it close. When things seem uncertain again, remember this truth. God's interruptions are never random. They are redirections toward destiny. And now, to seal this moment in faith, I want you to write these simple words in the comments. I trust God. Say it as a declaration, not a whisper. Type it as a covenant, because every time you declare trust in the middle of uncertainty, you break the agreement with fear. Every time you confess faith instead of frustration, heaven moves. That short phrase, I trust God, becomes the bridge between your confusion and your breakthrough. So speak it, write it, believe it. Let the universe know that even when you don't understand, you still trust the author of your story. For this interruption is not the end. Chosen one, it's the turning point. Chosen one, you have felt the sting of battle lately, the weariness in your bones, the tension in your spirit. The feeling that darkness has pressed closer than ever, it has not been your imagination. It has been the enemy's last attempt. Whenever heaven prepares to release something great, hell releases everything it has left. The darkness senses when your breakthrough is near. And its one remaining strategy is to make you quit before the miracle arrives. You've seen it happen, old wounds resurfacing, familiar fears whispering again, unexpected obstacles arising from nowhere. But listen closely, these are not signs that you've failed. They are proof that you are on the verge of victory. The enemy would not fight this hard if there were nothing to stop. His attacks are confirmation that what you carry is precious. Do you realize what your perseverance does to darkness every time you choose faith over fear, obedience over comfort, prayer over panic? You shake the kingdom of hell. Your endurance frustrates your adversary. He cannot comprehend why you still worship after loss, why you still hope after heartbreak, why you still believe after betrayal. He cannot understand that the mark of the chosen is not perfection, it is persistence. The greater your calling, the heavier your warfare. But you were never meant to be crushed by it. You were meant to conquer it. The battle is fierce because the reward is sacred. The resistance you're feeling is not punishment, it's prophecy. It's the sign that the old cycle is ending and the new chapter is opening. You see, the enemy does not waste energy on those who pose no threat. If you've been feeling attacked, it's because you carry something powerful. Your light exposes what others prefer to keep hidden. Your presence reminds darkness that its time is short. So when pressure intensifies, don't retreat, stand taller. Heaven is backing you. The storms that have surrounded you were never designed to destroy you. They were designed to reveal what's inside you. Gold is tested by fire, and you, chosen one, are spiritual gold. Every test, every trial, every sleepless night has refined you into something pure and unshakable. Think of how far you've already come. The situations that once made you crumble no longer break you. You've grown stronger without realizing it. The tears that once represented defeat now represent transformation. You are no longer who you were when this battle began. You have evolved. It's important to remember that the closer you get to victory, the louder the enemy becomes. His voice grows desperate because he knows his time is running out. He tries to convince you that you failed, that God has forgotten, that nothing will change. But those are lies forged in fear. Darkness fears your awakening. It fears the moment you finally recognize your authority in Christ. The word of the Lord recorded by the prophet Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 17, declares this eternal truth: no weapon that is formed against you shall prosper. Do you feel that assurance settling into your spirit? It means that the weapons may form, but they will fail. The attacks may come, but they cannot claim you. You are not defenseless, you are divinely protected. Your spiritual armor has been forged in the fire of experience. Every wound has become a shield. Every scar is now a testimony. So when darkness tries to whisper, "You're done," answer back with conviction, "I'm just getting started." The enemy's plan ends where God's promise begins. Every lie will crumble under the weight of truth. Every curse spoken against you will reverse and become blessing. You are not merely surviving the battle, you are inheriting victory through it. Beloved, remember that spiritual warfare intensifies right before divine release. It's always darkest before dawn. Not because light is losing, but because light is about to break through. The enemy knows that once the sun rises on your destiny, his influence over your mind and emotions will shatter. That's why he's been pushing so hard to distract you, to drain you, to delay your obedience. But what he forgot is this: the strength that sustains you does not come from your own power. It comes from the Spirit of the living God within you. And that Spirit never grows weary. It never retreats. It never loses. Even now, heaven is standing with you. Angels are positioned around your home, your mind, your future. They guard what God has ordained. You may feel surrounded, but you are surrounded by light. The very attacks meant to destroy you are being turned into stepping stones beneath your feet. So, lift your head. Chosen one. You are not defeated, you are being defined. The enemy's last attempt will become your greatest testimony. Soon, the same darkness that tried to silence you will have to watch as God raises you in glory. The atmosphere around you has shifted. Chosen one. Something unseen has begun to stir. You can almost hear it, the faint sound of movement in the spirit, the gentle echo of doors unlocking, chains breaking, and paths being cleared. It's the sound of open doors. The heavens are not silent anymore. The breath of God is moving across your life like wind through a forest, awakening everything that once lay dormant. There is a sacred sound that comes when God opens something. It's not always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet whisper of peace after a storm, the soft click of divine alignment. Other times it's the roar of breakthrough, the sudden rush when impossibility bows to the will of God. But however it sounds, you will know it. Your spirit recognizes the tone of heaven's voice when it says, "Go forward." Imagine standing before an ancient gate that has been rusted shut for years. You've knocked, you've prayed, you've waited. But now, you hear the hinge creak, the lock snap, and light spill through the opening. That's what is happening in your life right now. The gates are opening. What was once impossible is now accessible. What once required striving now opens through surrender. The journey you've walked has brought you here, this threshold moment. You don't need to force the door open. Heaven itself has already turned the key. You only need to walk through with trust. And as you do, you will discover that every wall that seemed immovable was only waiting for your faith to touch it. The prophet Isaiah recorded a promise that now breathes through your spirit. It is written in the book of Isaiah, chapter 52, verse 12, "The Lord will go before you, and the God of Israel will be your rear guard." That means you are not walking into this new season alone. God himself has gone ahead of you to prepare the way, and his presence stands behind you to protect what's yours. You are surrounded front and back by divine guidance. Listen carefully. Beloved, when God opens a door, it is not merely opportunity, it is destiny calling your name. Each door he opens carries a new level of responsibility, but also a new dimension of grace. The sound of open doors means change, movement, and purpose awakening all at once. It is heaven's signal that the old season is complete. Maybe you've been afraid to move forward, afraid that you're not ready, that you don't have enough, that you might fail again. But hear this with clarity: the door would not have opened if you were not prepared to walk through it. The same hand that opened it will sustain you beyond it. Let this truth settle deep. God does not open doors to tease you. He opens them to transform you. The opportunity in front of you isn't random, it's redemptive. Every past disappointment is being rewritten by this new opening. You will soon realize that nothing was lost. It was only being repositioned. And as you stand before this new door, I ask you to pause, not in fear, but in reverence. Acknowledge how far you've come. Feel the gratitude rising within you, like light breaking through morning fog. You didn't make it here alone. The unseen prayers of loved ones, the quiet faith of those who believed in you, and above all, the mercy of God. These are the invisible hands that carried you here. Now, as this word finds you, let your heart respond. If you feel this message speaking directly into your spirit, if you hear the sound of heaven opening something in your life, take a moment to share this light. When you like, share, or subscribe, you're not just supporting a message, you're helping spread a sound that heals. You're sending ripples of hope to someone else standing before their own closed door. And if your heart feels led, consider sowing a small seed, a gift, a donation, an offering of gratitude, not because you must, but because giving is how light multiplies. Every time you give, you build another bridge for this message to reach someone crying out for a sign. It's like adding another lamp along a dark road, each one lighting the path for the next traveler. Your act of faith, however small, echoes through eternity. Chosen one, this is your moment to step through. The sound of open doors is the sound of destiny calling. Don't hesitate. Don't doubt. Walk boldly into the light that's been waiting for you. The Lord has gone before you, and the way is clear. The air around you hums with possibility. Step forward. Heaven has opened the way, and your miracle is waiting just beyond the threshold. The heavens are busy concerning you. Chosen one, even when everything around you appears still, there is movement above you, an orchestration of divine order. Angels positioned with precision, timing aligning with prophecy. You may not see them, but you can feel their presence. The sudden peace, the unexpected protection, the doors that open just in time. These are not coincidences. They are evidence that heaven has sent help on your behalf. You were never meant to walk through this journey alone. Every chosen one is surrounded by unseen allies, messengers of light who operate on divine command. When you were too weary to pray, they carried your name before the throne. When danger brushed close, they shielded you without your knowing. You've survived more than you realize because heaven has been defending you in silence. Think about the close calls, the moments that could have broken you, the things that almost happened but didn't. That's not luck, it's divine interception. You were spared because your purpose is still unfolding. The hand of God has been heavy on your life, not to burden you, but to preserve you. There are angels assigned to your destiny, one for battle, one for breakthrough, one for provision, one for peace. Each one stands guard over a different area of your life. You may feel surrounded by problems, but you are also surrounded by protection, as it was written in the sacred songs of David. In the book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 11, "For he shall give his angels charge over you, to keep you in all your ways." That is not poetry, it's promise. Charge means command. Heaven has issued direct orders concerning your life. The angels around you don't move out of pity, they move by divine instruction. They respond to the word of God, spoken in faith. Every time you declare truth, they act. Every time you align your words with heaven's will, they go forth like lightning to perform it. So do not be deceived by what you see. The unseen is greater than the visible. You are walking through a field of miracles, guided by a presence that never leaves you, even when you sleep. Heaven stays awake on your behalf. Right now, your angels are not idle, they are in motion. Some are arranging meetings, others are canceling traps. Some are guarding relationships meant to bless you. Others are removing connections meant to drain you. You are being positioned, piece by piece, into a divine pattern that will soon make sense. The enemy wanted you isolated, but God surrounded you with his army. You were never outnumbered, you were out of sight. And that's the truth of spiritual warfare. The most powerful battles are fought in silence, on your behalf, by forces heaven has assigned to your name. Beloved, let this comfort your heart. Not a single day passes without heaven taking notice of you. Every sigh, every tear, every unspoken fear, God collects them all. He has commanded his angels to watch over you, not for a season, but for a lifetime. Sometimes protection feels like loss. Sometimes divine rescue looks like rejection. You didn't lose that opportunity because you failed. You lost it because God saw what was hidden. The angels closed that door before harm could reach you. You cried when something ended, not realizing that heaven had just intercepted disaster. Your angels are not figments of hope, they are extensions of God's mercy. They are the silent companions that ensure you reach your destiny intact. When you walk through danger, they stand between you and destruction. When you speak words of faith, they amplify your decree. When you worship, they surround you with presence. You have felt them before, the chills that came with sudden peace, the warmth that wrapped around you in prayer, the whisper that said, "Keep going," when you almost gave up. Those moments were not imagination, they were encounter. The same angels who strengthened Jesus in Gethsemane are the same who stand near you now. They are active, ready, alert. They fight for you not because you are perfect, but because you are chosen. So lift your head, chosen one. Heaven's army walks beside you. You are never uncovered, never forgotten, never alone. Right now, as a prophetic act of agreement, I invite you to comment the number 444 below. That number symbolizes divine protection and angelic presence. It is your declaration that you recognize heaven's covering over your life. When you type it, do so with intention. Let it be your way of saying, I am covered, I am guarded, I am surrounded. The angels of the Lord encamp around those who trust him. That means you are not merely surviving, you are being shielded, guided, and prepared for the next move of God. The unseen realm is alive with activity on your behalf. So breathe deeply and rest tonight. The battle is not yours to fight. The same God who commanded the storm to be still commands your circumstances now. The angels are in position. The way is open. You are safe in the hands of heaven. Faith, chosen one, is not a quiet hope. It is a force that pulls eternity into the present. It is the invisible hand that reaches beyond time and drags miracles into now. You have carried faith through storms, through loneliness, through the weight of unanswered prayers. And though your knees have trembled, your faith has not failed. It has only deepened. Many think faith is something you feel, but you have learned it is something you decide. It is an act of defiance against doubt. It is choosing to believe God even when every visible thing tells you to surrender. Faith is the unseen currency of heaven, the language that angels understand, and the key that unlocks what logic cannot. Your faith has been working while you've been waiting. Every time you prayed and saw nothing, something invisible was shifting. Every amen whispered through tears was a hammer strike in the spirit realm, though you could not see it. Your faith was building an unseen bridge between the promise and the manifestation. There were days when you felt like your prayers hit the ceiling, but heaven heard every one. Faith doesn't always roar. Sometimes it is a quiet breath, a whisper in the night, I still believe. And God treasures that whisper. The strength of your faith has never been measured by its volume but by its endurance. You must understand, chosen one, that faith is a living thing. It grows when tested. It matures when resisted. Each trial you faced watered the seed of faith planted inside you. What looked like opposition was actually divine training, preparing you to handle the weight of the miracle that is now forming. Faith is not blind, it sees more clearly than sight itself. Vision is limited by the visible, but faith peers through the veil and declares what heaven has already decreed. Faith says, "It is done," while circumstances still argue otherwise. And because of that, miracles are drawn toward it like iron to a magnet. Remember the moment you almost gave up, the moment you said, "I can't carry this anymore." That was when faith quietly took over. It became the hands that lifted you when your strength failed. It carried you through nights that should have broken you, even when your hope dimmed. Faith whispered, "Not yet. Keep standing." You see, your faith has been reaching into the future, pulling what God already prepared into your present. That's why things are starting to align unexpectedly. What looked impossible is now shifting. Faith has bridged the gap between promise and fulfillment. There's a mystery in how God works with faith. He doesn't always give explanations, he gives instructions. He told Noah to build before there was rain, told Abraham to walk before there was direction, told Peter to cast a net after failure. The obedience that looks foolish to man creates the pathway for miracles. Faith acts before it sees because it trusts the one who spoke. Your journey, beloved, is a living testimony of that kind of faith. You have obeyed without full understanding, trusted when clarity was absent, and moved forward even when your heart was afraid. That kind of faith doesn't just move mountains, it transforms you into the kind of person who can stand on top of them. It is written in the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." That verse defines the rhythm you live by. Faith gives substance to hope. It takes what seems abstract and turns it into reality. It doesn't wait for proof, it becomes the proof. You have been carrying the evidence of unseen things. And now, those unseen things are about to become visible. Your faith has been pulling light into darkness, order into chaos, peace into confusion. The atmosphere around you is responding. Doors are opening. Hearts are softening. Opportunities are aligning, all because your faith demanded that heaven move, even when doubt whispers. Remember this, faith is not the absence of questions, it's the refusal to let questions replace belief. You can still wonder and still trust. You can still cry and still believe. God does not despise your weakness. He uses it as a stage to display His power. Chosen one, the same faith that sustained you will now reward you. What you have believed for is taking shape. Every prayer, every declaration, every act of obedience has been building momentum. Heaven has not ignored your persistence. It has been waiting for the fullness of time. And now that time draws near. You will soon see with your eyes what your spirit has already held. You will look at what was once impossible and say, "Faith brought me here." Hold steady. The bridge you've been walking on is leading you straight into manifestation. Your faith has never been wasted. It has been working. The unseen is about to be seen. You've walked through seasons that felt like exile, long stretches of silence, confusion, and unseen purpose. The wilderness has been your companion, and at times you wondered if God had forgotten where you were. You cried out, asking why the promises seemed delayed and why his voice seemed distant. Yet now heaven whispers, the wilderness was never abandonment, it was training. Every chosen one must pass through the wilderness before stepping into destiny. It is the sacred classroom of transformation, the place where comfort ends and calling begins. You cannot learn dependence in palaces, you learn it among the dry places, where nothing but God can sustain you. The wilderness strips away distractions until only purpose remains. It refines your desires, purifies your motives, and reveals your true identity. You thought you were being buried, but you were being built. The isolation was never punishment, it was preparation. The silence that haunted you was the sound of heaven sharpening your spirit. The wilderness is where faith graduates from theory to truth. You entered it uncertain, but you will leave it unshakable. There's something sacred about being hidden. When God hides you, it's because he is forming something that cannot yet be exposed. The most precious things are developed in secret roots beneath the soil. Pearls within oysters, diamonds beneath pressure. You have been hidden because heaven has been cultivating something holy within you. You've had seasons when you felt unseen and unheard. Yet the wilderness has been full of divine observation. Every prayer, every whisper, every tear has been noted by the one who sees all. He never lost track of you. He led you there on purpose. The wilderness exposes what comfort conceals. It shows you what truly sustains you. It forces you to decide whether you live by circumstances or by promise. You discovered that man does not live by what's around him, but by what comes from God's mouth. In that barren place, you learn to listen differently, not for noise, but for direction. Heaven speaks clearly through the ancient words in the book of Deuteronomy. Chapter 8, verse 3, He humbled you and let you hunger and fed you with manna, that he might make you know that man does not live by bread alone. That verse has been the anthem of your wilderness journey. You've learned that your survival has never depended on resources, it has always depended on revelation. Every time you didn't know how you'd make it but still did. That was manna. Every time strength came out of nowhere. That was manna. Every unexpected provision, every sudden peace, every mysterious way forward, that was heaven feeding you. The wilderness has been your proving ground. It has taught you discipline, endurance, and humility. The fire you endured has refined you into something pure. You are not the same person who first stepped into the desert. You are stronger, wiser, and quieter in your strength. The wilderness has taught you to trust process, not panic. Many try to escape the wilderness before its work is done. But those who remain until the lesson is complete walk out with authority. You are one of those. The authority you will carry in the next season could only be forged here. You will speak with weight because you have lived what others only preach. God has been silent. Yes, but silence is not absence, it is focus. Just as an artist works in silence when adding final touches, so has God been perfecting the masterpiece of your destiny. The wilderness is not a waste of time, it's where time meets purpose. Look closely, and you'll notice the wilderness has changed how you see everything. What once terrified you no longer holds power. You have learned that peace is not the absence of trouble, but the awareness of divine presence. You've discovered that provision flows from obedience, not from striving. And soon, this chapter will close. The winds are shifting. The same spirit that led you into the wilderness is now leading you out. But you will not leave empty. You will leave carrying wisdom, strength, and vision. The scars you gained here will not shame you. They will testify for you. They will tell the world, I have walked with God in the wilderness, and I have lived. So when you step into your next season, do not despise the memory of the barren places. They are the soil from which your authority has grown. Never forget where your trust was born. The wilderness was not the end of your story. It was the chapter that shaped your power. It was the forge that made you flame. And now that the refining is complete, you will rise from the dry ground carrying rain. You are not the same. You are transformed. What once broke you now builds you. The wilderness has done its work, and heaven smiles upon the strength that now glows from your spirit. Chosen one, the delay has reached its end. Heaven has released the command, and time itself has shifted to align with your promise. The season of waiting, testing, and wondering has completed its course. No more delays. The things that felt frozen are beginning to move. The words spoken over your life are no longer hanging in the air, they are descending into reality. For so long, it felt as though you were trapped in cycles, repeating the same lessons, seeing glimpses of hope only to face new walls. You questioned if perhaps you missed something, if you had failed some unseen test. But hear this truth clearly: delay is not denial. You were not being punished, you were being positioned. What seemed withheld was actually being prepared to arrive in perfection. Heaven's timing has a rhythm, and your life is now moving to that rhythm. What was once stuck is being released. What was once withheld is being delivered. The very things you almost stopped praying for are about to manifest before your eyes. The alignment that once seemed impossible is now unfolding in divine precision. Look closely, there are signs everywhere. The atmosphere feels lighter, the resistance weaker, the sense of expectation stronger. You're not imagining it. The delay has broken. The heavens have issued the decree. It is time. You see, God was never ignoring you. He was completing what you could not see. He was setting the stage, preparing people, aligning circumstances, softening hearts. The reason it took so long is because the miracle needed more than your faith. It needed the right environment to grow. Every piece had to fit together. Every detail had to mature. When something divine is delayed, it's because it's being perfected. You cannot rush perfection, and heaven refuses to deliver anything half-finished. That's why it seemed like time stood still. It was grace, not neglect. The waiting protected you from premature exposure. The vision you carried has an appointed hour. And now that hour has arrived. The voice of the Lord declares in the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 22, when the time is right, the Lord, will make it happen. That word has always been true, but now you are standing in the fulfillment of it. The promise has ripened. What you prayed for in faith, you will now handle in reality. You will not chase what's yours. What's yours is already finding its way to you. The divine delay has lifted. Every force that held you back has lost authority. Chains are breaking not through effort, but through timing. The same clock that once seemed your enemy has become your ally. Heaven's calendar has turned a page with your name written upon it. Chosen one. There is a holy momentum around your life now. You'll see things accelerate, relationships reconnecting, doors opening, provision flowing, clarity returning. Don't panic when it happens fast. God is redeeming the years that felt lost. He is compressing time, restoring opportunities, multiplying what you thought was wasted. You are entering the phase where answered prayers will overtake you. You won't have to strive for them, they will locate you. The blessings you chased before are now chasing you. The delay was only a setup for overflow. So when new opportunities appear, don't hesitate. When favor knocks, don't question if you're ready. You've already been refined for this. The wait was your preparation. The release is your reward. The shift may feel sudden, but it's been forming quietly all along. Seeds grow underground before they break the surface. You are now witnessing what has been developing beneath your pain, beneath your faith, beneath your patience. The season of divine silence is ending. The clouds are clearing, and the light of fulfillment is breaking through. God has spoken. What was held back is now commanded to manifest. And as this word reaches your spirit, I want you to mark this moment with a declaration. Type these 3 simple words in the comments. It is time. Write it not as a wish, but as a witness. Every time you type those words, you agree with heaven's decree. You are announcing to the spiritual realm that the delay has expired, that the waiting season has served its purpose. When you write it, you're opening your hands to receive, because truly it is time. Time for answered prayers, time for restoration, time for long-awaited promises to arrive. Heaven has turned in your favor, and nothing can delay what God has ordained. Stand tall, chosen one. The wait is over. The movement has begun. Chosen one. The time has come for evidence. You've believed. You've prayed. You've waited. And now your life is about to become the proof that God keeps His promises. What's about to unfold won't require explanation. Your transformation will speak louder than words. You will carry the evidence of favor. You will wear the miracle. You will become the testimony. There's a divine glow that rests on those who have endured the process and still chosen faith. It's not something you can fake or fabricate. It's the fragrance of heaven that lingers on those who have walked through fire and come out refined. Your very presence will begin to shift rooms. People will sense the change without you saying a word, because the glory of answered prayer radiates differently. This is not ordinary blessing. This is visible grace. It's the kind that makes others pause and ask, "What happened to you?" And you'll smile, because you'll know it was God. It was mercy in motion. It was heaven proving that waiting on the Lord is never wasted time. You are stepping into a season where your life itself will be the sermon. The evidence will speak where explanations once failed. Every scar will tell a story of survival. Every smile will preach hope. Every step forward will echo redemption. It is recorded in the Gospel of Mark, chapter 16, verse 17. These signs shall follow them that believe. You have believed through disappointment, through delay, through darkness, and now the signs will follow. Miracles are magnetized to the faith you've carried. The evidence will not chase you, it will follow you naturally, the way dawn follows the night. Imagine a seed buried in the ground. For months, nothing seems to happen. Yet, beneath the soil, roots stretch, unseen and unstoppable. Then one day, life breaks through the surface. Undeniable. That's what's happening to you now. The roots of your faith have produced fruit. The unseen work beneath the soil is finally breaking forth in sight. Your evidence will not be subtle, it will be radiant. Doors that refuse to open will swing wide. Relationships once lost will be restored with maturity and meaning. Provision will flow like rivers in dry places. Even your countenance will change. Peace will settle where worry used to live. But remember this truth when evidence appears. Stewardship begins. God doesn't bless you just to bless you. He blesses you so that others may see what faith can do. You are becoming a living billboard of His goodness. The purpose of favor is not to inflate pride, but to illuminate grace. So, as this evidence manifests, carry it with humility. Let your success be a song of gratitude, not a trumpet of ego. When people ask how you made it, point them to the one who opened the way. You are not the source, you are the vessel. And a vessel's honor is found in its willingness to pour. Chosen one, as you step into this new visibility, don't hide your light out of fear or false modesty. The world needs to see what obedience looks like when it blooms. Your breakthrough will inspire the weary. Your restoration will heal the doubting. And your overflow will feed the hungry both in spirit and in truth. And as you receive this word, I want to speak to your heart. Messages like these are more than words. They are seeds of encouragement planted across nations, meant to reach those standing where you once stood, tired, waiting, questioning. If this message has touched you, if you feel the presence of God stirring within you right now, consider helping the light travel further. When you like, you strengthen the signal so another soul can hear what you've heard. When you share, you extend a lifeline to someone praying for a sign. When you subscribe, you anchor yourself to a continual stream of hope and truth. And when you donate, you water the soil of this ministry so that messages like this can keep reaching the lost, the forgotten, and the broken. Donating isn't just giving, it's sowing. Every seed of generosity becomes another candle lit in the darkness. You never know whose midnight it might illuminate. Think of your gift as oil in the lamp of this message, keeping the flame alive, spreading warmth to hearts you'll never meet, but will one day greet in eternity. Whether it's a prayer, a share, or a seed, your act of faith multiplies light. Chosen one, lift your head. The evidence of God's hand is upon you. You won't need to argue with those who doubted you. The results will speak for themselves. The miracle will be visible, tangible, undeniable. You are becoming living proof that faith works, that grace restores, and that God remembers His own. You carry the evidence. Walk with confidence, for heaven has marked you as testimony. There are doors. Chosen one, that men cannot touch, doors carved not by human design, but by divine decree. These are the openings that appear where walls once stood, the paths that form in deserts, the opportunities no logic could predict. When God decides to open something for you, no opposition can resist it. The same hand that crafted the universe now turns the handle of destiny in your favor. For too long, you've been knocking, waiting, wondering if you were forgotten. But heaven has heard every knock, every whispered prayer behind closed lips. The waiting was not wasted, it was alignment. God was not ignoring you. He was securing the path beyond the door, so that when it opened, you would not walk into chaos, but into clarity. Doors in the kingdom are not like doors in the world. They don't open by status, influence, or manipulation. They open by obedience. Every act of faith, every step you took in the dark, every yes when it was hard, those were the keys turning silently in heaven's lock. Now the sound you hear is the door releasing. There's a sacred certainty in divine openings. When God opens a door, it stays open. No jealousy can shut it. No gossip can seal it. No fear can block it. The door God opens is sealed with His sovereignty. It may swing slowly, but once it does, it remains wide for as long as your assignment requires it. The prophet once declared this truth in the book of Isaiah, chapter 22, verse 22. When He opens, no one can shut, and when He shuts, no one can open. Those words are not a suggestion, they are law. They mean your destiny is not at the mercy of man's opinion. It is under the authority of divine decree. When God opens the way, it remains open until His purpose is fulfilled through you. Sometimes, chosen one, God allows doors to stay closed because what's behind them is not yet ready for you, or you are not yet ready for it. Every delay in opening is an act of mercy. He withholds nothing good, but He always waits for the perfect moment. And when that moment comes, the opening happens so effortlessly it almost feels unreal. There will be people who wonder how it happened so suddenly. They'll see the door open and assume it was instant. But you will know the truth that this moment was built through years of unseen faith, quiet perseverance, and hidden refinement. God was crafting both the opportunity and the one who would step into it. Do not fear the doors that close behind you. Some must shut so that the right ones can open. You cannot hold the old and the new at once. The hand that opens new seasons will also close old ones with grace. And when that happens, let go without regret. What's gone is no longer needed. What's opening is necessary for the next chapter. You may not even realize how many doors have already opened in your favor. The sudden peace in your mind, that was a door. The restoration of relationships you thought were lost, another door. The opportunity that came unexpectedly, without striving, yet another. Heaven opens subtly, quietly, without announcement, until the moment comes when you step through and realize you've entered something divine. There is authority in your footsteps now. Every place you walk, favor follows. The open door is not simply about personal gain, it's about divine influence. Through that opening, others will encounter God's goodness. Through your access, others will find healing. You are not just walking through a door, you are carrying light into places where it has long been absent. So walk boldly, but walk humbly. Understand that what God opens is holy ground. Treat it with reverence. Don't rush through it, explore it. Let gratitude lead your every step. Remember how long you prayed for this, how much you've endured to reach this moment. You are not entering by luck, you are entering by covenant. And when the inevitable storms come again, When new challenges arise beyond this open door, remember this truth: if God opened it, He will sustain it. You do not have to fight to keep what He has given. Your job is obedience. His job is preservation. You are stepping through the threshold of fulfillment. The air on the other side is lighter because it's filled with purpose. The fear that once chained you will no longer fit in this new space. You've outgrown it. The door has opened because you have changed. So walk forward. Chosen one, what God has opened for you cannot be shut. The way ahead is blessed, and the seal of heaven is upon every step you take. The turning has begun. Chosen one, what was meant for your harm is now being rewritten into your elevation. The very place where you were broken is about to become the birthplace of blessing. The prophetic turnaround is here, not next year, not someday, but now. You are standing in the space between the last tear of the old season and the first laughter of the new. You may still see traces of pain, but don't be fooled. The evidence of struggle will soon become the proof of transformation. God never wastes pain. Every betrayal, every rejection, every disappointment has been fuel for what's about to rise. You were planted in sorrow so you could bloom in strength. The soil that once buried you is now pushing you upward. You remember those who spoke against you, the ones who misunderstood your silence, the ones who watched your fall and whispered that it was over. But what they did not know was that heaven had already written a comeback into your story. You were never falling apart, you were falling into alignment. The pit they thought would contain you became the womb that birthed purpose. Every reversal in your life is being redeemed. You've carried shame, but it's turning into honor. You've faced loss, but it's transforming into restoration. The story of your pain is being rewritten with divine ink. And soon, those who once pitied you will see God's glory shining through you. As it was declared in the book of Genesis, chapter 50, verse 20, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." That scripture has echoed through generations of chosen ones who rose from ashes into authority. Joseph spoke it after years of betrayal, prison, and disappointment, and like him, you are about to see that nothing was random. Every detour had divine direction. Every delay was divine defense. God has been weaving together the fragments of your story like threads of gold through torn fabric. What once looked ruined is now radiant. You are not returning to where you were. You are rising higher than before. The prophetic turnaround means not restoration to the old, but transformation into the new. Look closely, and you'll see it happening already. The conversations that once excluded you now mention your name with favor. The opportunities that once felt unreachable are now being offered freely. The peace that once felt impossible is now flowing like quiet rivers through your soul. Heaven is reversing the narrative. This turnaround will not only bless you, it will bless those connected to you. Your deliverance will open doors for others. Your breakthrough will ripple through your family, your community, your generation. You are not just receiving restoration, you are becoming the vessel through which restoration flows. The season that broke you will soon bless you. The tears you cried in secret will be the testimony that strengthens others. The same ground that once felt cursed will bloom with fruitfulness. What felt like punishment was preparation. What seemed like loss was positioning. You were never being destroyed, you were being designed. Chosen one, God has not forgotten your faithfulness. He has not overlooked your endurance. You have passed the test of trust. While others mocked your patience, Heaven recorded it, and now the reward is being released. You will not need to chase it, it is finding you. But here's what you must understand when God turns things around. He does so completely. He leaves no unfinished edges. He redeems in full measure. What's coming will erase the sting of what was lost. You will wake up one morning and realize that the heaviness is gone. The bitterness has melted, and joy has returned like sunlight after endless rain. There will be moments when you look around and wonder, how did it change so fast? That's what divine turnaround looks like. It happens suddenly. After years of unseen preparation, God does in a day what years of striving could not accomplish. This is not just recovery, it's redemption. Not just progress, but promotion. The same hand that allowed the storm is now steering the wind in your favor. You are about to witness divine irony. Situations that once embarrassed you will now empower you. Places that once rejected you will now request you. So lift your head. The turnaround is already in motion. Heaven has reversed the decree. The verdict that once seemed final has been overruled by grace. The page has turned, and a new chapter is being written under your name. And as you feel this word resonate within your spirit, I invite you to respond in faith. Type the number 555 inches the comments below. That number represents grace multiplied, change completed, and divine transformation fulfilled. It is your prophetic act of agreement, your way of saying, Lord, I receive the turnaround. When you write it, let it be more than a symbol. Let it be surrender. Let it be declaration. Let it be faith in motion. Heaven moves when you move. The moment you type it, something in the unseen aligns with your obedience. The story is shifting. Beloved, the low place is lifting. The closed door is reopening. The lost opportunity is returning sevenfold. The very ashes you sat in will become the altar of your gratitude. You are stepping into a reality you once only imagined. The turnaround is not coming, it is here. Walk boldly into it, for God has spoken, and heaven has moved. Grace. Chosen. One. Such a simple word. Yet it carries the weight of heaven. It is the breath that sustained you when strength was gone. The invisible hand that lifted you when all else failed. Grace is the reason you are still standing. You've stumbled. You've fallen. You've doubted, but grace never let you go. It followed you through valleys, guarded you through storms, and whispered your name even when you turned away. Now, in this new season, you will come to know grace not as a concept, but as a living power. It is more than forgiveness, it is fuel. It is the quiet river that flows beneath your steps, carrying you into places your effort could never reach. Every new level of destiny requires a fresh outpouring of it. What worked before will not be enough for what's coming. You are being equipped with new grace for a new season. This grace comes with wisdom. It teaches you to move differently, to speak with calm authority, to act with discernment instead of impulse. The storms you once panicked in no longer shake you, because grace has taught you how to trust the captain even when you can't see the shore. Grace doesn't remove the waves, it steadies your boat. There were moments you thought you had lost your purpose, but grace quietly preserved it. Even when you failed, heaven's mercy rewrote your story before shame could stain it. You are not here by perfection, you are here by preservation. Grace rebuilt what guilt tried to destroy. The apostle reminds us in his second letter to the Corinthians, Chapter 12, verse 9, My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. You have lived those words. Every weakness became a doorway for divine strength. Every moment of inadequacy became a canvas for God's ability. The very things you thought disqualified you became proof that His grace is real. That's why you can walk with confidence, not because you have it all together, but because grace walks beside you. This grace is not ordinary. It is directional. It leads you forward when logic says retreat. It is creative. It opens solutions where there seem to be none. It is protective. It surrounds you like a shield when unseen battles rage. And it is abundant. It never runs dry. No matter how often you draw from it, you are stepping into a time where grace will accelerate what once took years. What seemed difficult before will suddenly flow easily. Tasks that once drained you will now come with ease because divine empowerment will accompany every assignment. You will find yourself doing more with less effort, not by striving, but by abiding. Grace also brings clarity. The fog that clouded your decisions is lifting. You will begin to see not just what to do, but when to do it. Grace aligns timing as much as it aligns paths. It ensures that your steps are not rushed nor delayed, but perfectly synchronized with divine rhythm. There will be days ahead when your old fears try to whisper again, reminding you of past failures. But remember, grace already covered those. You owe nothing to regret. Grace cancelled every debt written in shame. When the voice of condemnation speaks, let grace answer, Chosen one. This new grace will also stretch you. It will call you to trust at deeper levels, to love in harder places, to give when it seems impossible. Grace doesn't remove challenges, it redefines them. What once looked like a test will now look like an invitation. And as you walk in this, you will begin to notice something sacred. You will start extending grace to others as naturally as breathing. Where once you judged quickly, you will now understand deeply. Where once you held grudges, you will now release forgiveness with peace. The same grace that healed you will begin to heal others through you. This is how heaven multiplies mercy, by transforming receivers into givers. You were never meant to hoard grace. You were meant to become its channel. Each word of kindness, each act of compassion, each prayer for another, these are rivers through which grace flows onward. You are entering a season where you will not strive for favor, you will simply become favor. Grace will go before you in conversations, in opportunities, in moments that seem ordinary but hold eternal significance. And in the quiet of your spirit, you will realize that grace has been there all along, guiding, guarding, growing you. It was never far. It was woven into your every breath. Walk gently but boldly. Chosen one. The old strength was enough for the wilderness, but grace is your strength for the promise. You have not earned it, yet it is yours completely. And as long as you live in it, you will never lack what heaven intends for you to have. Your name, Chosen One, has been spoken in places you have never entered. Even as you read these words, heaven is orchestrating conversations about you, divine whispers in rooms you have not yet walked into. Your name carried by the wind of favor to ears that matter. You are not forgotten. You are being announced. Hidden seasons do not last forever. When the appointed time comes, God unveils what He has been preparing in private. For years, you've labored in silence. You've given your best without applause, poured out effort without recognition. built faithfully while others overlooked you. You wondered if it was worth it. If anyone noticed the quiet sacrifices, but heaven noticed. The one who counts your tears has also been counting your faithfulness. And now, the divine spotlight turns toward you, not for your glory, but for His. Elevation often begins in whispers. Before doors open publicly, God speaks your name privately into the hearts of those destined to help you. Influence doesn't start with visibility. It starts with divine remembrance. Somewhere, someone is thinking about you right now, feeling an unexplainable nudge to reach out, to honor, to include, to open a door. These are not coincidences, they are coordinates of destiny aligning in real time. According to what is revealed in the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 16, a man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. That promise is active in your life at this very moment. Your gift, the one you doubted, the one you nearly buried under insecurity, is the key heaven is now using to position you. The same abilities you once thought insignificant will soon be recognized as essential. Every hour spent refining your craft, every hidden act of obedience, every choice to stay pure when compromise would have been easier, those moments were investments. And the return is about to manifest. Sometimes, favor doesn't announce itself with thunder. It begins as a small opportunity, a conversation, a divine connection. Treat even the smallest opening as sacred. What seems small to you may be the seed of something monumental. God rarely gives you the full stage immediately. He gives you the doorway first. You are entering the season of mention, the time when your name will echo through unexpected channels. There will be people you've never met who speak well of you. People who advocate for you without personal gain. It is the evidence that heaven has put your name in circulation. But remember this truth when your name is spoken in high places. Let your heart remain low. The higher God lifts you, the deeper your roots of humility must go. Influence without humility collapses under its own weight. You were hidden for a reason, so that pride could die in secret before promotion came in public. Now that the unveiling begins, stay anchored in gratitude. You don't have to promote yourself. Heaven is your publicist. God knows how to arrange divine meetings that no human effort could engineer. One conversation can change everything. One introduction can shift your trajectory. But even as opportunities come, keep your focus pure. Promotion is not the destination, purpose is. It's important to understand that being spoken of is not about fame, it's about fulfillment. The right people hearing your name is not vanity, it's alignment. When God places you before great men, it's not just for recognition but for impact. You are being positioned to influence, to speak light into systems, to carry compassion into spaces starved of it. You are the answer to prayers others have been praying. And this is why you had to wait so long. If recognition had come earlier, it might have crushed you. But now, after being refined in silence, you can carry it without losing yourself. You no longer need attention to feel valuable. You carry identity from within. That's what makes you ready. Soon, the quiet work of your hands will draw attention. The doors that once ignored you will begin to open with ease. People will say, "Where did they come from?" And heaven will answer, "From my hidden place." You are not an overnight success. You are a long-prepared revelation. The time of invisibility has expired. The assignments that once felt thankless are now producing recognition. You will be called sought, remembered. The words you've spoken in faith will echo back to you, confirmed by those who once doubted. Your name is being spoken because your season has arrived. Walk into these moments with grace. Don't chase validation, chase obedience. Keep doing what you've always done. Serve faithfully. Love deeply. Give generously. Let God continue to write your story while others merely read it. For soon, you will realize that being spoken of was never about status, it was about stewardship. The conversations in high places are not the end, they are the beginning of a greater assignment. Chosen one, lift your head with quiet confidence. The world is about to hear your name, but heaven has known it all along. Chosen one, the crown has been waiting for you, not the kind made of jewels and gold, but the unseen crown: authority, maturity, divine recognition. You've walked through fire without losing faith, through storms without losing song. And now heaven places upon you the mark of fulfillment. You are crowned for purpose. This isn't reward for endurance alone, it's the confirmation that your wilderness season has birthed a ruler's spirit within you. You once lived as a survivor, always pushing through, always holding on. But now, the mantle shifts. You are no longer surviving, you are reigning. God has entrusted you with influence, not so you can boast, but so you can build. You wear this crown not for status, but for service. The mark of divine kingship is not dominance, it's stewardship. You are crowned to carry light where others only see darkness. The scripture declares in the first letter of Peter, chapter 2, verse 9, you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation. That royal identity is not distant, it is alive in you. You carry the same spiritual authority that parted seas, silenced lions, and raised the dead. Heaven has validated you. The oil of destiny has been poured upon your head. And even if the world cannot see it, the realm of the Spirit bows in recognition. Think of the journey that brought you here. Every hardship was a hammer shaping your crown. Every betrayal was a chisel refining its edges. Every tear polished the gold until it gleamed with humility. God was not trying to break you. He was molding you into royalty. He was crafting a spirit too strong to be shaken and too wise to be deceived. Now that you wear this invisible crown, everything about you carries new weight. Your words will carry authority. Your prayers will carry breakthrough. Your presence will bring peace. You are stepping into rooms as more than yourself. You are walking in divine representation. You are heaven's ambassador on earth. But remember, crowns come with responsibility. They are heavy for a reason. They remind you that purpose is not comfort, it's calling. You have been chosen to lead where others are lost, to speak when others are silent, to act when others hesitate. You are the example that faith produces fruit. Don't fear the weight of what's been given to you. The same hand that placed the crown on your head gives you the neck to carry it. You were never meant to bear it alone. The Spirit of God walks beside you, whispering, "You can do this. You were made for this." The world needs what you carry. Somewhere, someone is waiting for your obedience. You may think your influence is small, but crowns are not measured by followers, they are measured by faithfulness. Whether you speak to 1 or 1,000, heaven counts it all the same when done with love. And as you receive this word, let your heart open in gratitude. If this message has stirred something deep inside you, if you feel the Spirit confirming that this is your moment of coronation, then let that gratitude move you into action. When you like, you affirm that this truth matters. When you share, you extend the message beyond your own circle, carrying hope to someone else's midnight. When you subscribe, you stay connected to a flow of encouragement, a community of faith that grows together. And when you donate, you do something sacred. You invest in the spreading of light. Every seed you sow fuels the mission to reach souls who might never step into a church, but will scroll past a message like this and find their heart awakened. Think of your giving as oil poured at the feet of destiny. It turns a moment of inspiration into a movement of transformation. No amount is ever too small when it's wrapped in obedience. A single act of generosity becomes like a ripple in still water. It travels further than you can see. What you give today becomes a message tomorrow, a voice of hope in someone else's storm. So if this word has touched you, take a moment to engage, not because you owe it, but because gratitude deserves expression. And while you're here, comment something simple yet powerful below your own declaration of agreement, your own reflection on what this crown means to you. Let your words become part of this living testimony. Beloved, wear your crown with grace. Let humility be your scepter and compassion your throne. The world doesn't need more rulers, it needs more carriers of peace. And that is what you have become: a peacemaker, a restorer, a light bearer. Do not hide your light out of fear of judgment. Those who misunderstand now will one day see the reason for your rising. You were not chosen for comfort, you were chosen for impact. The oil on your life demands visibility, not for fame but for faith. Lift your head high. The crown fits now. Every battle adjusted it. Every tear shaped it. You are not who you were. You are a royal one, refined, resilient, radiant. The throne you step into is not made of gold, but of purpose. Rule with love. Lead with wisdom. Shine with grace. There is a fragrance that fills the air when heaven releases abundance. It is not the scent of luxury, it is the aroma of purpose fulfilled. Chosen one. The overflow anointing is upon you. This is the moment where blessings will not simply meet your needs, they will exceed them. The cup of your life is no longer half empty, nor even half full, it is running over. You have endured the seasons of drought, of stretching, of just enough. You have walked through days where your faith was your only resource. You have seen scarcity try to shape your mind, whispering that maybe you weren't meant for more. But the lie has expired. You were never created for survival. You were created for overflow. The Father delights not only in providing, but in pouring until your capacity expands to hold more than you imagined. Overflow does not begin in the wallet. It begins in the heart. It is an internal abundance that spills outward. Peace that cannot be stolen. Joy that outlasts pain. Wisdom that multiplies through every word you speak. What flows from within becomes what flows around you. You are about to live from fullness, not from fragments. Think of a river, how it gathers strength as it flows, how it never questions its source, how it nourishes everything it touches. That is what you are becoming, a living river of provision and grace. Wherever you go, fruit will grow. Wherever you speak, hope will rise. The same Spirit that once sustained you in drought will now use you to sustain others. We are reminded through the writings of David in the book of Psalms, chapter 23, verse 5. My cup runneth over. Those words are not poetic sentiment, they are prophetic reality. They declare that God's generosity cannot be contained, that His goodness will always exceed your expectations. You have tasted faithfulness in lack, now you will taste abundance in overflow. This anointing is not about excess, it's about expansion. God is enlarging your reach, your influence, your impact. The overflow is the evidence that you are trusted to carry more, not for pride, but for purpose. You are being filled so you can pour. You are being blessed so you can build. You are being increased so you can uplift others from the very pit you once escaped. But remember, overflow must be managed with humility. Water that overflows without direction can flood instead of nourish. That's why wisdom accompanies increase. You will find yourself guided to steward your blessings carefully, to give where it counts, to invest where heaven leads, to speak where silence once ruled. The more you receive, the more accountable you become to use it righteously. You may not notice it at first. It will begin subtly, a door that opens, a connection that returns, an opportunity that multiplies faster than logic allows. But soon, you will realize this is not coincidence. This is current. Heaven's river has found its flow through your obedience. And the beauty of overflow is that it touches everything nearby. The peace you now carry will calm those around you. The wisdom you've gained will guide your family, your community, your sphere of influence. The blessings that fall upon you will not stop with you. They will run over into every life connected to yours. There will come a day when you look around and realize that the things you once prayed for are now everyday realities. That is what divine abundance looks like. It turns petitions into patterns. The miracle becomes the new normal. You will no longer live in the rhythm of lack, but in the cadence of continuous provision. Do not fear increase. Chosen one, you have been prepared for it. God would not entrust you with overflow if your heart were still bound to scarcity. You have been refined to hold more without losing focus, to receive more without forgetting who gave it. This anointing will not corrupt you, it will confirm you. In this new flow, you will notice that generosity becomes second nature. Giving will feel like breathing. You won't worry about losing, because you'll know the source never runs dry. You'll bless others without calculation, because the well of your supply is eternal. This overflow will not only fill your table, it will restore generations. It will break financial curses, emotional patterns, spiritual chains. What stopped with your ancestors will start again with you, but this time in abundance. You are the turning point for your bloodline, the chosen vessel through which the river of heaven touches earth. Even the way you speak will shift. Words of limitation will fall away. You'll stop saying, "I can't," and start saying, "God can." You'll stop dreaming in fragments and begin to dream in fullness. Your mindset will no longer revolve around endurance, but expansion. You've walked through just enough to prove your faith. Now you are walking into more than enough to prove His faithfulness. You are the testimony of what happens when surrender meets sovereignty. Chosen one, breathe deeply. This is what freedom feels like. This wide, endless flow of grace. The drought is over. The river has begun. Let it run through you without fear, without guilt, without hesitation. The cup of your life has found its source again, and it will never run dry. The light is rising. Chosen one, what you have waited for, what you have prayed for, what you have fought for in silence, it is here. The glory has come. It doesn't arrive with noise or chaos. It comes like dawn, steady, unstoppable, and pure. This is not the glow of temporary success or fleeting happiness. This is the radiance of divine fulfillment, the tangible presence of God settling over your life. Glory is not something you chase. It is something that manifests when alignment is complete. You have walked through the refining fire, stood faithful through delay, and trusted through confusion. Each season carved away what could not carry glory. Every battle stripped you down to truth. And now, there is nothing left in you that resists heaven's weight. You are ready to host the presence. When God's glory rests upon a person, it transforms everything it touches. Ordinary moments become sacred. Simple words carry power. Your very existence begins to testify that heaven has touched earth. You will notice it in small ways first, the peace that lingers longer, the clarity that stays, the joy that feels unshakable. That's glory settling in. It is no longer something you visit in prayer, it is something that abides. The prophet spoke of it long ago in the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 14. The earth will be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. Those words are not distant prophecy, they are present reality. You are part of that fulfillment. The glory of the Lord is not descending only upon buildings or altars, it is resting upon people, upon you. You are becoming one of the living vessels through which heaven displays its brilliance. Think of how water covers the sea. There is no separation between the two. That is what this glory feels like. No divide between the sacred and the ordinary. No boundary between prayer and purpose. Every breath you take becomes worship. Every act of kindness becomes a sermon. Every moment becomes ministry. The presence of God will not simply visit your life, it will inhabit it. This glory will not make you untouchable, it will make you undeniable. It will draw others not to you, but to the one who shines through you. Those who encounter you will sense peace they cannot explain, love they cannot ignore, and hope they cannot forget. You will no longer need to prove who you are. The presence upon you will do the speaking. But with glory comes sensitivity. You will notice you cannot move like before. The things that used to amuse you will now grieve your spirit. The distractions that once seemed harmless will feel heavy. Glory changes appetite. It pulls you away from noise and closer to stillness. It births a hunger for purity, for quiet, for truth. That is not loss, it is transformation. The glory of God also carries restoration. What it touches, it revives. What it fills, it renews. The same power that hovered over creation is hovering over your life even now, recreating what was broken, bringing order where there was chaos, breathing life into what felt beyond repair. The areas of your life that seemed dormant will bloom again. Dreams long forgotten will stir awake. The barren places of your soul will burst with fruitfulness. Do not fear the weight of this presence. It does not crush, it crowns. It does not demand, it delights. You were designed to carry this. This is what all the waiting, the breaking, the refining was for. The glory is not a reward for endurance. It is the natural outcome of surrender. And when you step into places filled with confusion, you will notice atmospheres shift without you saying a word. That's the glory flowing. It brings light to every corner of darkness, comfort to every wound, and conviction to every wandering heart. You are becoming a walking sanctuary, a moving reflection of the kingdom. Chosen one. This is your new reality. The presence that once visited now dwells. The miracle that once surprised now abides. You are no longer reaching for the light, you are radiating it. The same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead is alive in you, and the evidence of that truth is shining through every part of your being. So stand tall, breathe deeply, and move gently. The world around you is about to encounter God through you. You are the answer to prayers you didn't know were being prayed. The glory has come, and it is resting upon you forever. And now, beloved, chosen one, we stand at the end of this journey, the final breath of this divine script. You have walked through revelation, through refining, through fire, and through favor. Each word you've heard has not been coincidence, it has been confirmation. Heaven has spoken, and you have listened. This is not the end, it is the unfolding. The gates of your new season have already opened, and every section before this has prepared you to step through with clarity and courage. You are not the same soul who began reading. Something has awakened inside you. You now know the sound of your own calling. You recognize the echo of heaven when it speaks your name. And now, as this word finds rest in your spirit, I ask you to let it ripple outward. When you like this message, you aren't just pressing a button, you are sealing your agreement with light. You are saying, I receive this truth, and I stand in it. When you share, you extend the flame. Somewhere out there, someone is desperate for the very word that lifted you tonight. You become the bridge between their darkness and their dawn. If this journey has moved you, take a moment to subscribe, to stay connected with this voice of faith. Each new message is another whisper of heaven's encouragement, another spark to keep your heart aligned when the noise of the world grows loud. And finally, I invite you to comment below, pour out a few words from your own spirit. Tell your story. Speak your gratitude. Declare your faith. Your words may become the sign someone else was praying for. Every comment here becomes part of a living altar of testimony, built not by hands, but by hearts awakened. Beloved, this is your moment to shine. You carry the fragrance of glory, the strength of grace, and the certainty of purpose. You are heaven's chosen one, and your miracle has already arrived. Now go walk boldly into the world as proof that God still speaks, still moves, still loves without measure.